learning still in land registration. Okay. Okay, land registration, meeting class, day 11, registration of land and systematic of land registration. My voice is clear, already. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is just a picture on how the government giving some of the certificate after they registering the land, and then they give the certificate to Indonesian people as the proof of the ownership. Okay, this is the activity of systematic land registration. But later we will define what is systematic land registration. Okay. Of course, we back to the point or the goal of the legal assurance of the land registration. So the main thing is land registration to provide a legal assurance guarantee. It is the availability of written legal instruments which are complete, clear, and consistently implemented. And then it is also have to be implementation of effective land registration. So in order to make sure that land registration in Indonesia provide a legal assurance guarantee, at least there is an availability of written legal instruments, which are the instrument must be complete, must be clear, and must be consistently implemented. And then not only implement, but the implementation must be effective. And this is, of course, the Ministry of Agrarian. So I think this is for Miran and for Balagun because, this is our Ministry of Agrarian. The person and the ministry who are in charge more in controlling the land registration, and land law actually in the world cases. Okay. Implementation of land registration in Indonesia, it is divided into two things. The first one is land registration for the first time or initial registration, and it is also divided into two types. The first is systematic land registration, and then sporadic land registration. So this is only for land registration for the first time or for initial registration for those who didn't have any proofment of certificate, or they only own an old proof. So they have to make a land registration which is by systematic or which is by sporadic. And then after the land registration, there is also maintenance. Maintenance, it means a land registration, but not for the first time, for the second time or for the third time and so on, But that things, it is called maintenance of land registration data. It means everything adjustment or transfer or switch or change of the physical data and juridical data after the first time land registration, it is going to maintenance of land registration data. So the point is, if it is land registration for the first time, so they coming to the initial registration. But if it is after the first time registration, so it is coming as maintenance of land registration. So I think you understand this from here. And then we divide into two things. Initial registration the first time. The first one is systematic, and the second one is sporadic. We can define by the comparison. The first one, systematic, it is processed simultaneously, yeah. But for sporadic, it is processed individually, yeah. So one by one, each person they can access, they can ask for sporadic land registration, or it is also can above. It means can be some of people they ask to the land office for registration, yeah. But it is they are in sporadic, yeah. And then the another difference is if systematic, it is funded by the government, yeah, which are funded by the national level, provisional, and the local land office, yeah. But for sporadic, it is totally privately funded. It means it is funded by the individual person who asks for the land registration, yeah. And another difference is systematic requires a long time in preparation and implementation, because it is cover an area, yeah. So it is also simultaneously, so they need a big preparation, a long preparation, yeah, because they have to make sure that all the land cover, all the area, it is covered by a good land registration, yeah. But for the sporadic land registration, it is doesn't need or doesn't require a long time, yeah, in preparation or implementation, because of course it is only individually, so mostly they just register one land plot, yeah, or one or two plots, yeah. So they didn't need any a big preparation. They just make sure that beside, yeah, or the neighbor of the land that they will register, they also agree, yeah, and they also knows that the limit and the border of its area, yeah. So that's why it doesn't need a big preparation. And then in the systematic, all land registration objects are registered, but in sporadic, only one or several objects of land registration are registered. This is, yeah, same, yeah, because systematic they follow an area, yeah, but sporadic it is coming as individually. And then systematic it is executed at the request of the government, yeah. So the initiation for systematic it is coming from the government, yeah. It is different by the sporadic. Sporadic it is execute or the initiation is coming from the parties, yeah, from all the parties who they asking for the land registration. Okay. So far I think it's, yeah, this is an example on how actually land registration, yeah, in systematic land registration. So if systematic land registration, they make an area, yeah, they plan an area, and then they will define which area is a farming area, or which are non-farm area and extra, and they also identify what permit or what type of strikes inside of the area, yeah. So they have to define first before register. So this is the characteristic of systematic. So they will make up one of an area, and then they have also the target, yeah, to finish the registration. So it can be 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, depend on the difficulty. Okay. So this is on how land registration process in Indonesia. So far in Indonesia only 84 or 85 million plots already registered. So there is still almost 40 or 50 land plots still not registered, because the total at least it is 100 to 26 million plots in Indonesia. And actually the target by our government, it should be in 2025 all the land in Indonesia have to be registered. But because unfortunately because of the COVID or because some plan changes, because of the money things, because our government have to plan and also restate or rebuild any arrangement of the budgeting, of the money budgeting. So I think it's quite hard if the target is to 2025 to finish all, because in 2017 they have the target 5 million, 7 million, 9 million, 10 million, and extra. But hopefully, we don't know. But hopefully, if we can finish all land registration in 2025, so it's good. So everyone will have a certificate, or at least every land in Indonesia is already and is can identify. So we can identify who the ownerships of each land in Indonesia. So this is the land registration data maintenance. At the first, we're telling on initial registration, and this is the maintenance, land registration data maintenance. The first one is the bookkeeping change. This is one of the activity for the bookkeeping change is changing of the types of right, or changing the subject of the ownerships. Or it can be also the maintenance about a transfer of strikes, due to the mergers of or consolidation. So it means if there is one land and one land, they want to make a merger, they want to make a consolidation as to become one. So it is also have to be registered into the land office in maintenance activities, as a transfer due to the merger or consolidation. And also it can maintenance on elimination of strikes, and it's also can make a change in data due to the judge decision. So if there is a false or fraud registration, they will ask for the judge to make a decision to change the data of the registration. So after the judge make a decision, they have to take the decision to the land office, and then the land office will make a maintenance in changes in the data. Okay. Wait. Okay. Land registration publication system. Okay. So every land registration and every country they have own publication system. Some country they follow positive publication system. Some country they also following a negative system. But it is quite unique in Indonesia, because land registration in Indonesia, according to the government regulation number 24 of 1997, Indonesia use a negative system that contains a positive elements. Why it calls negative but contains positive? It means because Indonesia we didn't use a pure negative system, because we produce a letter of proof of rights that apply as a strong evidence tool. It means because Indonesia produce a certificate, yeah, and then a certificate also as a main proof of rights, yeah, and it is also as a strong evidence tools. Yeah. So for the country that they follow the negative system, some of them they didn't provide any proof of ownerships, yeah, also like certificate. So that's why Indonesia didn't following negative system. But in the other side, Indonesia also didn't following a pure positive system, yeah, because in the positive system, yeah, the state must be guarantees all the truth of the data that present, yeah. So if the registration occurs due to the error of the registration official, so the person they can claim for the false as a money, yeah. So they can ask for the government to pay some money for the compensation of the false of registration, yeah. So that's why we are in the middle, yeah. So in the mid of the negative and positive, yeah. So that's why in the government regulation they call negative system, but contains a positive elements. Positive element, yeah, positive tendency publication system Indonesia, it can have a character at least because there is a good faith behind the ownership of land rights, yeah. And then there is in Indonesia there is application also of the delimitation contradiction principles, yeah. So it is to obtain a certainty of the objects of land rights. And then also there is an enactment of the announcement agency. Yeah. So it means there's an agency which are Ministry of Agrarian, yeah, Minister of Agrarian, Minister of Agrarian. So they guarantee the truth of the subject and the objects of registered land rights. Yeah. And then beside that, also in Indonesia there is enforcement of guarantees of inviolability by other parties after 5 years of certificate issuance. Yeah. So this is that's why we can call that Indonesia also bringing a positive tendency into their publication system. Yeah. So what actually positive system that are enforcement of guarantees? Yeah. So it calls Rechtsverwerking, yeah. So Rechtsverwerking is a body in Indonesia, in agrarian law in Indonesia, that are after 5 years of certificate issuance, yeah. So it means after the government issuing the certificate, yeah, and then after they issuing the certificate, then they will make an announcement, yeah, to the news or to the land office, yeah, regarding to the subject of the land ownership or and etc. Yeah, so that they will know if they will know the ownership or the types of right and the total area and etc. And then after 5 years, if no one claim that the registration is false or the registration is not true, yeah. So after 5 years, anyone cannot make any claim, yeah, to their land. It means after 5 years, the owners of the certificate they can make a safe, yeah. So they can feel safe that so it means there are no person can make any claim for his ownership. So this is a body of Rechtsverwerking, yeah. So this is a body of a norm also in Indonesia agrarian law, yeah, that that take a positive system, positive tendency into our publication system. And also this is also a positive tendency which are a certificate position as evidence, yeah, because as we know certificate as evidence it is strong but doesn't mean an absolute, yeah. it means that it cannot be contest, it cannot be claimed with another opposing evidence, yeah. If they all only bring a weak or has no evidence at all, yeah. So at least a certificate as strong, yeah, but doesn't mean absolute. It might be even if there is a someone have a higher claim of ownership, so they just ask to the judge, yeah, and then bring if it is true, so the ownership of the wreck, they will ask also to the court to see who are actually bringing a true evidence of the certificate, because it might be some duplication or yeah extra, yeah. That's why, but at least there is reserve-backing after 5 years, so yeah, right. So the registration is already strong. And then registration property Indonesia. So this is at least a step of registration in Indonesia. Yeah. The first step, yeah. So the owners, if they want to make registration, but for the maintenance, yeah, it means if they want to selling or buying a land, yeah, so they have to make a land certificate examination at the land office. So they bring the land certificate, they come to the land office for the land certificate examination, yeah. This is a need because land office, they will check the subject of the certificate, is it valid or not, yeah, or is there any another person who own the land, and also if there are some cases, if the land certificate is still in the bank because they borrowing some money for the business, so actually in some cases they cannot sell directly the certificate. They have to ask the permission for the bank first to buy their land, yeah. So that's why the land certificate must be taken to the land office. In the land office, they will give the more information and more detail and more update also, because it might be also in the some cases someone make a block of the land certificate, yeah, because it is also can be if there is a siblings, or if there are wait, if there are a brother or sister, they own a one of land, yeah, and then the brothers they want to sell, and then because the sister they know, and then they just ask for the land office to block the certificate. Yeah, that's why at the land office, all the information, if there is a block or there is a mortgage for the bank, they will know, yeah. So at least there are 3 days, yeah, 3 days, 3 days needed for the land office giving the certificate information. Wait. Even actually nowadays, land certificate examination, it can be also directly by the electronic, yeah, but at least the owner of the land, they have to come to the land office or come to the land deed officials, yeah. So there is only 2 options, yeah. So they come to the land office to check the certificate, or they come to the land deed officials or pejabat buat akta tanah to check the certificate. And then after 3 days, they need to make a payment of the transfer and acquisition taxes. It needs 1 day. So every transfer, of course, they have to pay some taxes. Yeah. So before they make any land deed, yeah, land deed transfer, is it a selling or buying, or is it a grant, yeah, for the some people to pay person to person or etc. They have to pay some of the taxes, but it is except for those who are in the father to the son, example, or for the mother to the daughter. It is, if for the grant, it is free for the tax, so they don't need pay the tax. Only for those who are transfer, except the grant, who are not in this, who they didn't have any blood relation, so they have to pay the transfer tax, transfer and acquisition tax. So this is they have calculate numbers amount, because in some cases it must be have to pay 2.5% of the transaction nominee, yeah. And also for the another tax, landed regional government revenue, also it is 5% of the sale nominee. Yeah, in example, if you buy a land, yeah, which is the price is 1 million rupiah, so the transfer of tax you have to pay 2.5% of 1 million. Yeah. So that's transfer tax process, and then after you pay, it is not directly, but you have to make a validation of the transfer tax payment to the central tax office. So after you pay some money, and then you come to the validation at the central tax office, they will check whether you pay correctly, because if you pay below to the number that have you pay, so you have to pay again, yeah. So every payment, it is ruled by the local office or local government, yeah. So they have an exact number of its price of the area. It means, in example, you want to buy a house in Sleman, yeah. So they will give the price in that area, yeah. So you cannot just inform them that you, in example, yeah, in the local office, the price is 1 million, but you just ask to them that this selling and buying, I only pay for 200,000. So it cannot, yeah. So every taxes you have to follow with the price of the land office and the central tax office. And then after the validation, at least 3 days, you can come to the landed officials, yeah, or the PPAT, pejabat buat akta tanah. At least it needs 5 days, because the execution of sale and purchase. So every transfer, you have to make sale and purchase land deed, yeah. Then they will provide a sale and purchase land deed, and then after 5 days, you already sign, and then make the land deed, and then you can come to the local land office. It takes 15 days for the registration of the land deed, yeah. And then after registration, then they switch the name to the new ownerships, yeah, to the buyer, yeah. At least 15 days, the minimum days, and it can be also more, because it is due to the some cases, yeah. After that, so you just pay annually tax revenue, yeah, because annually you have to pay a tax also to the, because you owning land. That's there's a short of description of the how to registering a property in Indonesia. Yeah? And then provision for transfer of land rights. This is what we discussed before, because all the transfers of land rights, it is carried out by the authorized official, which are the landed making officer or the landed official, which is called PPAT. So every transfer regarding to the land rights, yeah, every transfer which are connect to the land, yeah, so it have to be followed by the landed that make by the landed officials. Yeah, the example is if you want to make a buy and sell, you want to make a grand exchange income into company. Yeah, it is for the land. Yeah, and also if you want to make a shared rights, if you want to make a granting of building use rights, yeah, or use right but in an owned land, or if you want to make also a granting market rights. Yeah. So every transfer of land rights, it must be followed by a landed by PPAT. Yeah. Okay, landed official or PPAT, it is regulated in the government regulation number 37 of 1998, yeah, concerning landed official. So you have to download also this one, and actually at least you see first, yeah, you see and you read, yeah, the regulation. So PPAT is sworn in the by the head of the National Land Agency with the scope of the work for the district or city. So every landed official, they only have a scope work in one district or in one city. Yeah, it is not in the province. So in the example, in the Sleman area, because Sleman is a district or it is a regency. Yeah, actually because Sleman is regency, so only landed official in the Sleman regency can make the landed landed for any property in the Sleman. Yeah, it is also example in another city. So every landed official only have a scope work in the regency or in the city. And PPAT or landed official, it is consists of three. Yeah. The first one is PPAT, which are the a landed official. Yeah. I mean a pure PPAT, a pure landed official. But in other cases, there is also a temporary PPAT, yeah, or temporary landed official. Temporary landed official, they are who are appointed by the ministry or by the landed official because of his position in areas where there is not enough PPAT. Yeah. In some cases, because in some area they didn't have any PPAT or landed official, so to fulfill the need of the people, yeah, in for the transferring any property, so they appoint a temporary PPAT, right, to do this kind of work. But if there is enough PPAT, so the temporary PPAT, they will dismiss, yeah, they will, yeah, revoke, of course, because already the PPAT already fulfilled, yeah, so they doesn't need again temporary. And then in some cases there is also special PPAT. Special PPAT, it means they who are appointed by BPN. BPN is landed official to carry out a certain and special task by the government. Yeah, so they only doing any special task, yeah, or special certain, yeah, certain needs. So they just doing any special something cases like acquisition land, or they want to make any highway, yeah, or they want to make a reservoir on etc. So they only work in a more specific cases. Yeah. So yeah, you can define, yeah, at least 3, this one, yeah, PPRT, a pure PPRT, and then temporary and special, and you have to see the difference, yeah, between them. Then to be a pejabat buat akta tanah or PPRT, so you have to be Indonesian citizens, yeah, and then you have to be minimum age 22 years old, yeah, and you have to behave well and then not sentenced to imprisonment that has obtained permanent legal force with a threat of imprisonment of 5 years or more. So if you have any criminal history, that imprisonment of 5 years, so it will be make you difficult to apply as a landed official, and then you have to physically and mentally health, and you have also hold a bachelor degree in law, yeah. So now you are doing a bachelor degree in law, and also you have reached notarial degrees, yeah. In Faculty of Law UII also they have a notarial degree, so you can also continue after hold a bachelor degree, continue to the notarial degrees to apply as a landed official. And then beside that, you also have to pass the exam that are organized by the Ministry of Agrarian Affairs, yeah. This exam it might be annually 1 year or annually 2 years, yeah. 1 times in 2 years or 1 times in 1 year, yeah. It depends on the Ministry of Agrarian Affairs, yeah. If you pass again, and then the last one, you have also undergone an internship, yeah, or you work as an employee at the PPRT office at least 1 year. So you have after you graduation for the notary degree, you have to work as employee at the landed official, yeah. You can work and you can take as intern at least 1 year. This is the example how actually PPRT, the picture. So I think you can try to find in your area, in near from your house if you find. So that's why that we discussed. And then this is landed that I telling you, yeah. So every landed official they produce a landed, yeah, akta jual beli. It is a landed for the buying and selling cases, yeah, or needed. And then for the grant, so they have another type. So if you want to buy any property, so you have come to landed official, ask them to make some document like this one, yeah, akta jual beli in Indonesia, but in English, buying and selling landed. Yeah. And then, yeah, I think that's so the assignment, yeah, the assignment. I want you all, because you are already in Yogyakarta, yeah, is it or not? Talita in Yogyakarta, yeah.
No, sir.
Oh, where are you?
Lagi di Wonosobo, sir.
Oh, next week in Yogyakarta. In Wonosobo in this week or next week also?
Next week also.
Oh, okay. Farhan in Yogyakarta or not?
Yes, sir, but in 21 April,
Yeah.
I'm going back to Pekanbaru.
And Faidat, when you come to Indonesia? Balogun?
I'm still waiting for my visa.
Oh, waiting for the visa, yeah. Yeah, because Balogun still not in Indonesia, so it's okay. And Miran, because you are in Jogja, yeah, already.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I want you at least you can go with a group, yeah, or you can just go individually. If in Wonosobo, so you can try go to the Wonosobo Land Office. If you are in Yogyakarta, so just go to the Sleman Regency Land Office or Yogyakarta City Land Office. Yeah, just go there and then ask. Yeah, make a short question. Yeah, in your mind or what you curious about for land registration in Indonesia, just come to land office, make an interview to one of staff in there, and then make a resume, and then we discuss in the next Friday. Yeah, so each student you have make at least you can make 5, you can make 10 extra. It is up to you. Just make some question that are you are curious with land registration process in Indonesia. Yeah, so just come to land office in Sleman Regency, in Yogyakarta Regency. Yeah, make an interview with them. Yeah, you can also try to make a photo. Yeah, photo of the building or just take some document. Yeah, take a photo extra. So I think it is not so hard because you just come to them and telling you are as a faculty of law student in University Islam Indonesia, because of course they will allow you to make a short interview. You don't need to make an interview to the top of the or the head of the office. Just ask for the staff or just, yeah, you can try anything. Yeah, so this is you can go in the team. It means you can go like Farhan, Miran, and Noval or Andi. You can go both to the land office, or you can just go individually. But I think it's better if you go as a team. Yeah, so because it is quite easy, and also you can go together. Yeah, and yeah, I think it's good for you to going together. And this is yeah, this is if you come to the Sleman Regency, it is like this one. Yeah, because the closest land office in Islamic University is Sleman Regency. Yeah, so if you are living inside of the Faculty of Law, so just coming to this land office. Yeah, this is the map. Yeah, the location. This is the example, the picture. So you just come here to inside and try as one of the staff. Yeah. Yeah, and then introduce you are from the Faculty of Law and you want to make a short research on registration process or land registration regulation in Indonesia or in Sleman. Yeah, yeah, I think that's all. Any question before regarding to the land legislation? Yeah. Miran, you so far you are going with the motorcycle or what during your time in Yogyakarta?
Yes, sir. Motorcycle.
Yeah, only walking.
No, sir. Motorcycle.
Bicycle.
Yes, sir, motorcycle.
Oh, motorcycle. Oh, you already buy motorcycle, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's good. So you can just find Google Map, yeah, because it is so close to the Faculty of Law. Yeah, quite close, not so close. Yeah, yeah, quite close. Yeah, I think that's all today. So on Andi and Noval not joining the class ya. Faidat, Farhan, Miran, Talita joining the class. Yeah. So if no question, so we finish the class. Yeah, it's already 5. Yeah, I hope you already understand, and also don't forget to read more agrarian law, regulation, theory, and extra by yourself. I think that's all for today. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam
Thank you, sir.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.